So we've got the Shirai LFX21A6-BS12. This is a 12 volt, 21 amp, 315 cold cranking amp battery. This battery, yeah, it's not registering it. But as you can tell, like very small, very compact, very lightweight. There's a few people that have used these in LS setups with success. So I got it for an awesome deal. I got it with the charger. But my main goal isn't necessarily to use this to run the car, but to use it to test things like the light circuits. So now if you come over here and I hold this lovely tail light at you and then carefully place the brake light. Now if I take this other wire, this is running light. Oh, something moved. No? Why? Oh, goober. It helps if you put the green wire where it's supposed to go. What a goofball. So on this tail light, green wire is running light. So see how dull that was comparatively? So this is our running light. Brake light. And this is an LED bulb that uses the OEM socket because the whole car is going to be on LED. But unfortunately, the turn signal light bulb does not function. I think the socket's burnt out, and the reverse light socket also does not function. I do believe they're all the same sockets, which is this older like twist lock style. So I might run to the parts store and see if I can get at least 2 of these so I can do that. Because what's gonna happen is I'm gonna ground all of my grounds together, and then we're gonna wire it in so we have running light, tail light, running light, brake light, and a functional, ooh, you know what we can try? And that's the whole purpose of this tiny little battery with the charger. Again, if it can start the car, that'll be awesome. And I would have no problem utilizing it for that, seeing the size of this and everything else. Like I said, this is, I mean, it fits inside my 9-inch housing. So this would be great in the sense of weight and compact and fitting. But if it doesn't work and doesn't fit, then, or it doesn't crank the car, we'll go to a normal size battery. That's not a big deal. I am aiming to, no matter which battery we go with, the battery is going to be under the hood. The main reason the battery is going to be under the hood is because, let's take a walk to the back. Currently, so we will still have a kill switch as it's required. Mine is over here. So currently I have, if I can reach in here, 15 feet in 2 directions of this rather thick wire. I think I went with 2 size 2 weld wire. So this here, there's also another one in this here loop or shrink wrap. There's actually 2 because there's a ground, I think. So there's essentially close to 45 feet of rather heavy, thick gauge wire that runs the entire length of my car. And I know that doesn't sound like a whole lot, but think about like an extension cord, right? So like that wire is as thick as this extension cord or thicker. And if you run that cord 3 times, like it adds up. So I think, whoop, geez, I almost knocked myself over. Here, let me flip it around. I'm thinking I'm gonna build a little tray or battery stand right in this little area here. So it's out of the way of the tire, but also close to everything. Or the other option will be in this back corner where I already have this nifty little hole. I'll build a stand and this will sit over here like this. That way it's close to the alternator. ECU wires, everything you can see. Yeah, this is that thick gauge wire I said. That runs all the way to the front, to the back, and yeah. So we're gonna get rid of a lot of that, at least hopefully. Okay, and I've said for 83,012 times, I'm not a wiring guy. So I'm gonna use this to help me learn how things need to be wired. So right now, we have the brake light wired in. Do I have it wired? Hold on. Does red need to go to the switch? Green need to go to the switch. I don't remember. Okay, so for right now, what this will do, go like this, on, dull, on, dull. So I have something backwards. Let's figure this out. This is the point of this, is to be able to pretty straightforward figure out which is which and how this needs and or wants to be wired. So right now I have the red wire wired into the back end of the brake light switch, and I have the green wire wired directly to the battery, with the blue wire that goes into the battery to the brake light switch. So now we're going to switch it. I'm going to put the red wire with the blue wire to the battery and see if that gives us a dull light first and then bright when we hit the brake lights, because we're going to need brake lights. So now technically what should happen, yeah, that's way worse. So we had it right the first time, which is what I thought. But it's weird that it looks like it's getting dimmer, not brighter. Right? So let's just wire the switch in. Let's see what happens. So the light. Interesting. Very interesting. Why is that making connection? See, that shouldn't come on because that's wired into the switch circuit. So maybe the switch is bad. Because this is our constant. So now, if I disconnect the switch, so now the switch is not connected, no lights, red wire, ground, bright, green wire, ground, dull. So this is what it should look like. And then when I connect, I hit the brake light switch, it should do this and get brighter. So I might have a problem with this brand new brake light switch that I purchased. I mean, it's got a little wobble to it. We can take it apart. Why not, right? Hold on, let me grab it.
That should be. So now if we do
this again, and we hold the button, no light, bright light, no light, bright light. Excuse me. Which means we take the green.
With the green. Under this here, you can't see it, but I have a 10 millimeter bolt down securing these wires with. So. On the blue. Is that good? Oh, we apply pressure. So now, pedal is not pressed.
Pedal's not pressed. We have dull light, bright light, dull light, bright light. And that right there is how we're gonna have brake lights. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so excited. I'm glad I figured this out. There will be a fuse in line as well. Probably on the way in, so the blue wire will run to a fuse, but that's a success. That means it works, which is awesome. Now I'm just gonna fix this here and then get an LED flasher so it'll choo-choo, 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 and a 3-position switch, because left 3-position switch, and then we gotta figure that out. But for now, we have brake lights figured out.
Okay, so now we test the connection. let's see if these bumper lights work. That works. So, right, one light, turn signal. Alright, let's take the ground off. Connect. These wires are gross, so it's not helping my cause. And let's light this. Red is dull. Red is dull. Green is bright. Okay, so that's the driver's side. Oh, passenger side's good. Let's check the driver's side. You don't have directionals. So, these are plenty long. I'm not using these connectors because, quite frankly, they're trash. So, battery can come over. Need a place there. Now that's both lights. Or both connections, but I'll take that all day. So I'm gonna move you guys down to over here because I want to see.
It looks for both lights. Whoo, baby. I like that. Looking real street car. And let me put it this way. Alright, I'm gonna want to grab new sockets. Because a bunch of these back ones are busted. I'm gonna see if they have LED compatible ones. Because the ones I have are not. Although I was able to transfer the bulbs I had in the back to the fog lights. We have the LEDs at the bottom. I'll include a picture here. Welcome back. All right, so it is a whole different week at this point. We started this taillight project last week, kind of while I was working on stuff like this, getting the suspension done, doing the rear end, getting this back to a roller. So let me show you how we're gonna end this video. Okay, so if you're looking at the back of the car, this is the standard operation. So now if we are simply driving around and I flip my three-way switch into this would be the driver's side position, we have turn signal. If I depress the clutch or the brake, we have brake lights. That's using this switch here. And then when I turn on running lights, we have that. We still have brake lights, and we will also, this one. So the running lights are all three, but it'll look like that. So that is our entire configuration. There's no reverse lights because the car has LED pods in the rear for the reverse lights. They are super, super bright. Don't mind this absolute jumbled mess of wiring I've got here. This is just to test lots of little tiny battery just to be able to do this stuff. So now I know the system works. I've tested it, essentially bench tested it. Now I can put it all in the car and run wires because I have to run. So every bulb in this car is LED and it is, well, I'm gonna rephrase this. So we have LED, all of the turn signal and brake light bulbs are all the same bulb. So if I go to a parts store and I need a bulb, I need an 1157 LED bulb. It's all real simple. Every parts store carries it. Let's pull one of the houses. There we go. So it's just this simple little connector, but it's something every parts store has. The reason I went with the 57 and not the 56 for things like the turn signal, which technically don't need to be on if I'm not using them, just helps to have the extra light back there. If someone pulls up behind me and I've got both on there, nobody can be like, oh, I didn't see you. It's there, it's visible. just an added precaution. And again, it keeps simplicity. I need to buy one bulb. My corner lights are the same way, so they will be on during running time, and then they will be flashing brighter when the directionals turn on. So all of it is uniform. It's all the same. Simplicity, and in the world of drag and drive, simplicity is key. So that's gonna do it for this week's video. As always, comment, like, share, subscribe, get up, get after it, and I can't wait to see y'all in 2026 for Sick Week.